Mr. President, you're making a mistake, and everyone here agrees.
It's not just about protecting the rights of the few. This is about protecting human rights. Now, these people may not be Americans, but we are.
What it comes down to is we don't have enough information to feel safe enough to let them out.
Mr. President, it's not too late to cancel the press conference.
Sophia, welcome.
Thank you. So,
Are you sure you're ready to do this?
we've been ready for a long time.
We have to evacuate.
What's going on?
We have to go now.
She's coming with us.
Go. We lost all radar capability. Our entire system is down. We think the attack is already underway. Go.
Elías, avanza.
He's going to tell them about the event.
But all of this stuff is now resolving into the present. You also have NBC's big television show, The Event, which started out appearing to be talking about positive extraterrestrials and a disclosure that was going to happen with a black president. But then the whole thing goes completely 180. You have this guy who looks just like either David Rockefeller or George Soros. His name is Dempsey. And in the early episodes of The Event, he is a total Illuminati. He is financing presidential campaigns behind the scenes. He's working all these levers of power. He's having people killed. He's having people blown up. He's torturing people. He's extracting some sort of elixir, apparently from extraterrestrial children, which makes them age very quickly. And he's then using this elixir like a vampire to keep himself young. You then see him actually shapeshift in front of a mirror from an old man to a young man. He's very, very creepy. Now, in the recent event episodes, he actually kills himself. And before he kills himself, he says that he's a sentinel who was working to protect us from these extraterrestrials and that everything he was doing was for the good, and that the male lead character was the only person who could save us. This seemed to be such a blatant psyops. And remember, NBC is General Electric. General Electric's one of the top 5 corporations. It's all called vertical integration. They're all incestuously woven together. The government, the military, the defense contractors, the media. It's not separate entities. They're all interconnected. So what are they trying to tell you when they put this message out there? They're trying to tell you ETs are bad and the Illuminati are good, and they're protecting you from these terrible people. They're also trying to reverse all of this nasty stuff that they are doing and that has been openly exposed by many, many people as if it's extraterrestrial plans. And this includes the swine flu vaccine, which now has been defeated because too many people knew about it. They couldn't do it. But apparently there was a plan to try to kill a bunch of people with a swine flu vaccine. Now that you're at the end of the show, the event, the whole darn thing is a race against time to stop these ETs from killing a bunch of people with the swine flu that they actually got from the Spanish flu of 1917. And they want to weaponize this and basically wipe out a couple billion people so that they can bring all of their own over to Earth because their planet is about to go into a supernova. The woman who originally was benevolent as the leader of the ETs, Sophie, has become totally genocidal maniac. And I think what's happened here is that the show's ratings plummeted. I think they're on a timeline where disclosure is now going to happen faster than they planned. And so as a result, you had all these weird things happen where the Dempsey character and all the backstory they were layering in about this serum that he was extracting from people and all the weird things that he was doing, all of a sudden he just offs himself. Sophie's son was originally the main evil character, and then all of a sudden they kill him, and Sophie has to do a 180 in record time and become evil. All this stuff is happening. They're killing off major characters, including the female who is part ET, part human. Her father just got killed in one of the most recent episodes. He was a major character. They knocked him off. So all this stuff suggests that they ran out of time. They're writing the episodes as they go, and they're on a disclosure timeline. And the point is actually also that the president was very nearly assassinated. It seems they snatched him out of the jaws of defeat. But again, if you have the president being assassinated on a television program that's from the military-industrial complex, that's a very blatant threat that that's what they want to do. Also, another very significant point is that in the show, they actually attack the Washington Monument with an earthquake weapon. And this shows, this was blamed on the ETs, but again, it's a reversal. And at the same time, in similar episodes, you're seeing the ETs trying to steal nuclear fuel rods, and in so doing, they would create this incident where all this radiation was going to spread everywhere. And that episode happened before the Fukushima nuclear plant in Japan came down. Now, actually, the episode aired a couple days after the plant came down, but obviously it was produced before then. So this was another blatant threat in my view. Here's why, right? You have a television show that comes out and basically shows you earthquake weapons being used. That was the week after. And it shows you the idea of nuclear radiation being attacked against the U.S. from nuclear power plants. Right at the exact same time that Fukushima is happening. Now, you tell me that's a coincidence? I don't buy it for a minute. I don't buy it for a minute because you're looking at the evidence right in front of you. The other thing that was shocking was that in that same episode, they have the president shaking the hands of the premier of Japan, and they just tossed that scene in without any other explanation. They're making these threats blatantly. And the threat of attacking the U.S. was that the Washington Monument was taken out in this same show. So look, I don't think these plans are going to come to pass, but I do think they're telegraphing threats. And I think that's a very important point. The television show V started out with 1 year, and then it actually was off the air for an entire year, and they brought it back. Now, that's the best way to kill the audience and make sure nobody's going to want to watch it, but they did it anyway. In the beginning, the V show was very closely tied in with the Obama administration. People were going, what the heck is this? I'm going to have all that on my website coming up. You'll see all the documentation. Fast forward to the fact that on March 15th, the show ended, and what they revealed in the very last episode was this thing called Project Ares. Up until this point, you had a resistance that was working against the Vs, and that's all there was, and the resistance basically gets wiped out. All their people are dead. There's hardly anybody left. It looks like the Vs are going to be able to take over the Earth. They're these nasty, shape-shifting reptilians with human skin. And what happens is the female lead of the resistance meets with this guy who is actually the actor that was the original male lead in the original V. And he says that he's a member of Project Ares, that it's a government group working in underground bases outside the elected government, and they are presented as humanity's best hope against the ETs. So look at what's happening in both of these shows. In V, you also have the ETs trying to use a swine flu vaccine to create a mass killing of humans on Earth. This is not an accident. They keep repeating the same themes over and over again. It's just taking me time to document all this. I have a great...
And now another NBC 2-minute replay.
Welcome. We own these homes and the land they sit on, but this is nothing. Once we use the portal to bring our people here, then we will own it all. Are you ready?
I am.
You understand the size of the array we're building, the amount of fuel we're going to need. This operation needs to work.
It will.
I'm counting on you, Hanson.
Michael has a location of a man who is helping him procure components of the portal.
Hanson.
Yes. Michael had to attend to some personal business.
Diane. This is Samantha. This is my daughter, Layla. This is Mr. Geller. Okay. You're gonna take care of each other, right? Be a good girl.
Nobody's after.
Witches.
Fuel.
To power the array. You're talking about uranium.
We're taking it from a nuclear power plant here in California.
Sophia.
At approximately noon on the West Coast, Thomas will portal uranium rods directly out of the San Onofre nuclear power plant outside San Diego.
Portal.
The way he transported the plane. Thomas tried portaling uranium once before in 1986 in Ukraine.
Talking about Chernobyl.
Yes.
Japan has upgraded the severity rating at the paralyzed Fukushima nuclear plant to 7, a level only ever previously assigned to the Chernobyl disaster. Officials say it's been raised because high radiation has been recorded in the air, ocean and tap water. But Japan's nuclear safety agency is still reluctant to compare the dangers to what happened at Chernobyl, saying the radiation leak is still smaller. Well, earlier, a powerful aftershock shook eastern Japan. It came exactly a month after a devastating earthquake and tsunami hit the country, killing more than 13,000 people.
There's something you need to know. Thomas, he only took those who were willing to swear their loyalty to him. He murdered the rest. 44 of our people. I'm sorry.
We don't have the luxury to grieve. We need to find him and kill him. Where is my son?
We must stop Thomas before an invasion.
The last thing we have is time. If you don't move the nuclear material right now, a meltdown will follow and we are going to lose everything. Right now, I have nothing to lose. So you're gonna help me take Dempsey down.
The message I sent home has been answered. It changes everything.
They're meeting Sophia. She should lead us right to her.
This is your chance. We can't let Sophia get away again.
I don't want you, Sophia. This is our chance to get them all.
We need backup!
I'm one of you. What's gonna happen to the human population?
Thomas sends his regards.
Trust me, you don't want to bait me.
This planet is our home, and we're gonna seize it before it's too late.
You've lost control. You've failed. So we've stepped in.
If you knew what will happen once my people come here, you'd beg me to do this.
No. No. No!